Hello and welcome. These are horse racing selections for Sunday, the 13th of October. I am flatcapcallum and I'm hoping you are all very, very well. Alright, I've got four for Sunday. Before we do that, we'll do the review of the five that were Saturday. I think Sunday's one Yankee, 1150, a 3-star, a 2-star, a 1-star, and a no star. So we got a variety. 3 Naas and 1 at Goodwood. That is that. So we'll do the review and then we'll try and keep it relatively short and sweet, but you know how it goes. Right, so the review of Saturday. Okay, so we started off, Yuki Glen did what Yuki Glen does and snagged a 4th place, so we were on to a nice start there. Hyperfocus. Some got paid out, some didn't get paid out. I think did it go 50s? I think did it 40s or 50s at SP, something like that. For the channel, I count it as a loser. So night before, I think 365 were paying 6th place, and I think they changed place terms when Summer Gan, the non-runner, came out. But if anyone can confirm that, let me know. Sky did pay the 6th. Unibet paid the 6th. They would have counted if 365 had have been paying the 6th at the finish time. I would have counted that being 3 bookmakers. There were some other smaller ones and like the new ones like BetMGM as well. But for the channel, I count it as a loser. So if you've got that one, you probably tripled your money, if not more. If you got a decent price, to be fair, if you got the 40s or 50s on a hyperfocus, you probably would have actually more than tripled your money. Bashful Boy, credible run, but only 9th, so that wasn't quite good enough. If you were Sky Bet, I think you needed 8th, and you'd have scored a 4-fold place on that one, which I could appreciate would have been very exciting. For the channel, we needed top 6. Kitty's Light was really, really disappointing, but did actually carry on running till the end, so was 6th, but we needed 4th. And then Crimson Sand was a really good winner. And just to flag on that one, I changed the price. So after the video went up, you couldn't get the 20s. It was only 16s. It then drifted back out again. So I've only counted that as 16 to 1 for the channel. I think quite a few sounds like they maybe got on about 20s and 22s. The SP was 16s. It was 16 after the video. That's what I took it as. So it's 14.50 on. If you add the 2 singles together, no, it was no each way places on mine. So 2 singles together, there was 14.50 on, 19.35 back. I think that puts us about, I think it's 45.85 up for the week. Still slightly up for October, and obviously up since we returned. Down for the year, you know the gig. But yeah, so we as stated yesterday, we're going to come out ahead for the week. But we have got 11.50 riding on Sunday, so win, lose or draw, we'll be up for the week. Here's the Sunday bet. There was a few other periphery things I did look at, and then one of the prices dropped, and yeah, so I got down to 4. So let's talk you through it. 140 Naas, Balia Conmigo 66 to 1. That price, I'm expecting that to come in a lot. We will see though. So it's a really great betting structure for racing. The favourite something like 2 to 7. So you're getting some really good value for place terms down the line. Off actual known form, I know people look at the bare form and say I think it came 10th or 14th at the Curragh over 7 furlongs. It doesn't look, just look at place terms, it looks pants. But actually, when you look at the horses around it, and basically across all the bits. So it's a really technical term. Basically, I've looked at all the horses and all the individual pieces of form and offer, and basically outside the top 2, I made it the 3rd best horse. There'll be other horses that will be progressing, and there'll be other horses that haven't run that might do something. That horse looks like it'll benefit from dropping down to 6 furlongs from how it ran last time, because it was a bit of a funny last furlong. So yeah, I think 66 is a great each way price. It'd have to come on a lot to beat the favourite, but 66 is good for a place on that one. And it's pretty much across the board, I think, 66 is. 4 o'clock Naas. I wasn't going to have the race in, and then in the end, I was like, actually, when I went through all my stats, Rich Belief did come out as a 1-star bet. There's a few bookies often offering 50s. Betfair, Paddy Power, I think 365. I'll double check after the video uploads whether 50s is available. If it's not, then I'll take the 40s that probably is. But yeah, interesting profile of a horse. It's not really run much in Ireland this year, run mainly at Chester, but it is an Irish trained horse. And if you actually look across from its English racing in Chester, it's handicapped quite well. It's just not necessarily performed to the same standard in Ireland on the previous year. So Yeah, it's overpriced for what it's done in England. Whether it can convert that back over at Naas, I'm not sure. I don't think it's ever run at Naas. But it's a too big a price to walk past it. So it 50 to 1 it scrapes in as a 1-star bet. So Rich believes in. I've gone rogue, and some of you, if you remember, I've already gone rogue once on this horse, so I'm giving it a second try. And if we get a duffer this time, then that's it. But yeah, the first horse to basically appear twice without being starred. So 5:10 Naas Alfheim. If you recall, those who've been watching the last few weeks, it ran in the Student Derby, and I did a right big talk up about it because actually one of the pieces of form of its maidens was top draw in comparison to how it's rated. So it's out of the handicap, but it's got £7 claimers, Keith and Kennedy's on it. I'm taking a leap of faith because I believe in that piece of maiden form. So if we get a duffer again, it will be out unless it hits the star system, but we're going to give it one last try. It's not a cliff horse. I won't keep doing it, but it is a double try horse. So Alfheim, no stars, because there's that one piece of maiden form that looks particularly good. What I did like about the race here is you've only got, I think it's 9 runners or something, 8 runners. So it's not like a big field it's going to get lost in. So we will see. And then 5:20 Goodwood, the biggest star horse, 3-star horse, double time. Ran reasonably well at Kempton last time. It's got some good form at Goodwood. Probably a question mark on going as bad as Heavy. But outside of everything else, I think it's handicapped to run a really competitive race. And so 16s it went 14s. It might be a bit of yo-yoing. So 14s is what I'll take for the fair price. But yeah, I think it's handicapped to frame. So we'll see. 25p each way Yankee. 75p each way singles on the 2 big prices, Bailey, Conmigo and Rich Belief. 50p each way single on Alfheim because it's a rogue, and then £1 each way single on the 3-star double time at 14s. 11.50 is the bet. Sky marginally preferable because on the 4 o'clock they're offering 6 places, but all the other races are standard terms, 3 places, no other extra places in my bet today. So you'll get better prices elsewhere than if you go with Sky, but to be honest, sixth place in a 20 runner, it'd be unfortunate if that's where that horse finishes. But equally, we had a 6th place finish on Saturday. It does happen, and more often than 1 in 20, which is what it would be on that race. So that's the bet, 11.50. All right, you have a good Sunday, whatever you're doing, and I'll let you know when the next video is, when I've had a look through what Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday might bring. All right, have a good one. That's me. Bye bye.